Alright, what's up everybody? I just wanted to tap on here real quick. Really wanted to kind of, I guess, finally talk about my experience and what I got going on. Not in full detail, but just kind of just what I got going on. I'm really hoping maybe this will connect or resonate with somebody that's going through that same experience. But I just really, I guess this ain't no happy story. It ain't nothing where I have the answer on the back end of that. So I just want to, like I said, just really share about experience and really, I guess, trying to be in a state of vulnerability. So for me, I'm kind of going through trials and tribulations right now, and it's stuff that I caused and brought on myself and on my family, but you know, all the same, it's by my own doing, my own accord. And that's it. I fumbled my career of 8 years, you know, my livelihood, different things like that, and opportunity, and even kind of got myself in a bind legally, and I'm kind of on the other side of it now, kind of trying to find my way. But really, all of the issues I was having, it really boiled down to pressure and anxiety and fear, and you know, if I'm being honest, probably just weakness, kind of all culminating into one, you know, one overall conglomerate to kind of really impact me. And I think I was in a time, in a season, where I really didn't trust anyone, and I really didn't feel like I had anyone to help me in that season. Like, that's never really been my MO. And I think also I kind of bought into the facade I had. Like, you know, I feel like everybody kind of looked at me like, oh, you a family man, oh, you married, oh, you guys got a nice house, or oh, you guys got this, your kids beautiful. You know, I think that kind of added to my desire and my need to kind of try to weather the storm and deal with everything on my own. And where I'm at ain't nobody else's problem. It ain't no excuse for it. But, you know, ultimately, getting back to the point, I fumbled my career because I let all of those things take a hold of me, and I suffered in silence, and I really didn't have anything else that I was clinging to. Like, I'll be honest, I never been really no church or religion guy, so I really wasn't like gripping the God's word. I wasn't, you know, I didn't have a mentor or anything like that. And again, none of it excuses the situation I put myself and my family in. But that said, it was so many areas where it was easy for wrong thoughts and wrong ideas to like really creep in and take hold. So I really felt those pressures being, like, for those of you that know, I got a family of 6, you know, 4 kids, myself and my wife. We want an income household, and my wife hasn't really truly worked or had a consistent job by design, so I don't want to put that on her. It's like really just been what's worked best for our household, but she hasn't had that in the past 11 years, you know. And it's been cool, you know. We've been broke or had times or seasons of not having and different things like that, so that's not something that I'm not used to. But I reached a point where it was overwhelming. It was too over leveraged. And I think, you know, we're in a society now where everybody feels like it's just so easy to go out and hustle, and there's so many avenues and ways to get money, and it's tough trying to balance it all. Like, when I think about my career, and anybody that knows the career I was in, you kind of know what comes with the territory. It's, you know, 12, 14 hour, 15 hour days, not knowing when you're gonna get home. You know, I've had other jobs throughout that time frame, and it was was like getting to the point where I couldn't even consistently make sure I could be at a second job because I didn't know when I was gonna get off of work. We in a space, you know, where it's on us, but where the culture kind of breeds not getting paid all your hours. And I hope that stuff has changed, but it's like, you know, they was definitely doing things where it's like you work 12, 14, 15 hours, they're only gonna pay you for 12 or 10 of it. And then they're doing stuff like having you come in late the next day, or doing stuff, or rolling hours onto the next day and things like that. So it really was definitely stuff that, you know, I ain't speak up about. I ain't want to be that guy to kind of ruffle the feathers, but it was definitely a toxic work environment. And I had reached a place where I had been climbing successfully, but I had, you know, gotten stagnant at work, and I wasn't able. I was trying to find that next position, trying to get myself on a schedule where I could manage, you know, building and working on something else on the side, having more of a set schedule, Monday through Friday type of vibe. And, you know, I just was unsuccessful in doing so. So it's like, you know, I remained on 6-7 day work weeks, you know, doing 60, 80 hours in a week. And then I'm trying to figure out how physically I pour into something else, and also financially how I pour into something else. And I really had kind of reached a real breaking point. And, you know, again, I don't know if that resonates with anybody, like that pressure of wanting to provide, wanting to take care of things, wanting to be the man, like wanting to have it handled. But I will say, like, while I do want to rise to that occasion, I knew I couldn't thrive in that environment. And ultimately, like, it led me to making poor decisions, and mine ended up being like trying to find shortcuts, trying, like, you know, I resorted to stealing, to be honest with y'all. Like, you know, and I'm not proud to say it, I'm embarrassed. I understand what type of, you know, clown behavior that is, but ultimately, like, I really broke mentally and was just kind of like at my wit's end. And I really saw it as like a light in the tunnel. And I'm not proud to say that. I would never suggest that for nobody else. But that's just kind of where I was at. And because I suffered in silence, because I didn't say nothing, because I didn't let nobody in, I never was able to get any sort of help or assistance. You know, I did do counseling at a point in time, but it got so hectic schedule-wise where I couldn't even maintain even telehealth appointments, just because of the uncertainty of my schedule. So, you know, I'm not proud to say nothing. I'm not saying I figured it out yet, but I just really am in a space where I want to share and hope and pray that, you know, nobody else is having this experience. But if you are, recognize it before you hit a downfall, or before you make that final poor decision that you can't come back from, that you take heed and you really exercise everything you got at your disposal. You know, whether it's family, whether it's counseling, whether it's you know, financial resources. I was just really just down bad, and I really didn't know what else to do. It's like I make more than anything. Like, I can't qualify for any sort of assistance, even with a family of 6, even on one income. I make too much to qualify for any sort of assistance programs, but at the same time, not enough where I'm just eating, you know, taking care of 6 people. And like I said, I think that pride in me also kind of just factored in and really made me like, I have to figure this out. I can't hit nobody up. I can't count on nobody else. I don't have anybody else that's gonna give me the game and kind of work with me and help me figure out how to get out of this trap, out of this rat race, for real. And it's tough to say. I'm embarrassed. I'm, you know, I feel away for the way I, you know, set my family up. But at the same time, I'm thankful. I would say this season has really challenged me and really given me some reason to find something bigger than myself, bigger than my family, something to grip on to be able to find solace and find the way that I, want to move and who I want to be as a man. And for me, for the first time really in my life, I started looking towards God, and I really found peace in that. Not that I'm happy with my situation, but I found peace with the fact that maybe this is God's way of correcting me. Maybe this is God pushing me at this point, realizing the path I was on and realizing how broken I was. And now he wants to challenge me to a level I didn't see for myself, and challenge me in a way, in an arena that I didn't see for myself. So I'm just really thankful, and I feel a way. I'm embarrassed, and also big shout outs to my wife for supporting me through this season and realizing what got me here and being willing to stick by my side, and I owe her the world for that. But also outside of that, just with all of that, I still am thankful that God is trying to correct me, and that trying to, in my opinion, work in my life still trying to show me a new way, still trying to challenge me, still trying to push me and show me that I'm not broken. I've kind of did that, kind of been on my spiritual journey. I'm in counseling regularly now. I've had to rely on family and help, and had those tough conversations with people at this point in time, and also had to really strip myself of my pride and ego about who I am and what it means. Like, I really felt like I had to carry this thing like I'm doing something that other people are doing, or that, I can't really say I felt like I've seen anybody else doing what I was doing effectively, and just winning. And I was trying to be and represent that, and because of that, I was so gung-ho on clinging to that and that being my identity. And ultimately, like I said, that kind of really hurt me and damaged me in the long run. So again, I don't really have no positive ending for this just yet. I'm hoping y'all to kind of stay tuned and see what's going on. Me and my wife are starting to have conversations and starting to have dialogue, and I hope whoever it's meant for, whoever can gain something from it, and live and find a way from our example of what to do in some instances, and in other instances what not to do, or where not to go to. I hope it really benefits y'all. Anybody else, if y'all want to be funny about what's going on or who I am or my areas where I was weak or I faltered, it is what it is, but I feel like I'm not doing anybody a service by harboring this, by not telling what's going on, because I have to imagine I'm not the only person really just carrying weight. And I guess that's the big message of all of this, is don't allow your circumstances or your situations or what you're experiencing to dictate your character. And that's where I feel like I faltered at. I allowed those pressures, the circumstances, and everything to really take a hold of me and ultimately lead me down a path that I don't really feel like it's me, and that I don't want to define me. So, I hope this helps. I hope, for anybody who wants to get some clarity or, is feeling away, I really hope this helps y'all. We'll be around, so, continue to tune in and continue to watch out for what we got going on, y'all. Appreciate y'all.